Apps for today. So starting off with Euro USD. So we've had a little bit of sideways motion the last couple of sessions, and we closed pretty much the last 8-hour candle closed on its high. If you just look at the daily, you can see the daily closed on its high. So we've had a really strong bull trend, 2-bar pullback, and now we've got a move back to the upside. So for me, I'm looking for structure again, and I'm looking for this move to continue, at least to come and retest these highs. So what structure are we looking for? There's a couple of scenarios that I'm looking for, and I'm just going to use that would be the first one. Any kind of pullback into this area here, and oh man, that's going to be somewhere around 117.93. So somewhere around 117.93 is basically what we're looking for. So we're looking for a pullback back into this area. We're looking for some positive price action, some bullish price action, and then we're looking for a move back the upside. Okay, stop is going to be somewhere down the bottom here. So if we, let's just say we get something around there, yeah, I'd give it a 300, 400 point stop loss. You can go wide if you want to. You can go to 800, but I think that's a bit of an overkill. We've got a pretty strong trend here as well, so I'd bring it down somewhere here, 300-400 point stop loss, and what we're looking for is 1,000 point gain. Okay, so that's kind of the structure that I can see on Euro USD. I think that's going to continue by the looks of things. Euro Aussie dollar. This is a very interesting one. So, we've had a bit of a break of what looked like a flag, and we're coming into the flag target at the moment. Not really much structure here, but look at this zone that we have here. We have 164057, which is a very strong area of support that we broke through. We didn't really test it with this. We fell below it, we came back up. So I'd expect us to come back into the zone, and we're pretty close to the upper end of this, which is 164246. Bottom end of it, actually I lie, the bottom end is going to be a bit lower than that. Pretty much around there. So that's 163915. So the interesting thing here is you can see all this chaos. Remember, we had a triangle here which failed, and then we've got tails all over the place. And then we sort of accelerated to the downside, found support here, bounced up, rejected the upper level, bounced down. So there are, if you look there, there's a little bit of a gap there, there's structure down here, there's another gap down here. So I'm really curious to see what happens down here. I think it may offer some opportunities to buy into. Okay, so I am watching this at the moment. Any kind of bullish price action that we see happening around here could work, or even a bit lower down. Okay, and if you're watching carefully, you'll see that that could turn out to be a big range. And what I mean by that is something along the lines of that. Oops. Okay. Anyway, let's just move on. So the next one is pound USD. So looking on the 8-hour, you can see rejection. Don't really have a level that it rejected off, and then inside bar. I think pound USD, this trend is going to continue. So we're looking for opportunity to buy into this. We want to buy off support. Look for the support. That's my first area of support at the moment. So I'm looking for the pullback onto structure before another move up. There is a bit of a wedge forming here, so it could pull back even further. Something like that. Okay, so first area is going to be 138.10. and second area is going to be 135.75. So I'm definitely looking for that kind of structure at the moment. Okay, pretty wild, which is normal. You can see that the trend up was pretty measured. If you measure it against the moving average, you can see how we just continued up. But look over here, how we squirted quite far below the moving average a second time. What's happened here? Big squirt, big squirt. Okay, so I think this pair is definitely probably a little bit more exciting than the other two that we've watched already. So I'm looking for longs on this, and we're looking to buy off 138.10 or alternatively 135.73. We'll wait for the European Open to see that. Okay, pound Japanese yen. Now this one is another very interesting one here. So this was the upper area. Okay, so it was used as resistance. You can see resistance, and now we're using it as support. Okay, if I pull the top in, what do we have? We have a flag. Here's our flagpole, there's our flag, and we have a pretty major level up here, which is a weekly level of 139.131. Okay, so that's a flag off a level. I would expect a second attempt. Okay, and we want to get a second attempt to 139.131. So what I'm looking for is an opportunity to buy. However, if you look at what's transpiring here, you can see we are below the moving average at the moment. We're sort of tracking it. So we could get a deeper pullback, which is also something which would be on offer. So there is our first level, 137.335, and then I see another major area of potential resistance, which would turn into support basically, which would be 136.431. So there is merit for move to both sides. Remember, we've got a big weekly level, resistance level up here. Okay, we are sort of meandering down. What could transpire is that we move further down, find some support here, 137.335. Alternatively, drop through that into this area here. Now, I just want to get onto the 4 hour. For the 4 hour is just to pick up this area down here. Okay, so, and you can see a lot of confusion at the moment in this triangle. So it's a 50-50 call. I'm kind of in favor of a move back to test this previous high here, 139.131. But if we do drop below, and you can pick us up off, you can pick it up off the half hour if you really want to. We're looking for a break of this trend line here. Even if I take that trend line out, what we're looking for is a break of structure. That is my area of structure right there. So I want to break and retest of 138. So break down, retest 138, and then move to the downside. Just bear in mind, you've got this area here, which is going to offer support. So yeah, I think on the higher time frames, you're definitely looking for a move to the upside. Lower time frames, it's looking like a little bit of a deeper pullback coming. So it is well worth watching, because I think you're going to get a half decent area to buy into. If not where we are now, definitely around 137.335, and possibly even as low as 136.431. Okay, so that's kind of the scenario that we have here. Well worth watching, I think. Anyway, let's get that to there, and you can see, you know, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and then if you just do this like that, and then do this, you can see you have a consolidation pattern, which is a flat top triangle. So break, retest of this area, you first got the trend line, then you got the next high, and I think that's the most logical call at the moment. Last one that I'm looking at is Aussie dollar Japanese yen. So if you look at the 8 hour, you know, we've had a pretty solid trend to the upside. We had this massive squirt, then we've gone sideways. We are breaking through. I'd like to see us pull back onto that, but we'll see on the lower time frames. So there's two scenarios here. And let's get this one in as well. Okay, so the first one I think has happened already, is this pullback here on 75543. Okay, so we've broken through, we've tested it a couple of times, now we've broken through the next level. So I'd like to see a pullback into 75766, and that would give us an opportunity to look for longs again. Just want to see, there's the weekly level up there, and ultimately I would assume that we would look for 76815, 76814. Okay, There is a gap up here as well, just bear that in mind. So we've got this gap with a lot of potential supports. Well, it was support, it'll be resistance, so, and that's at 77,851. So yeah, I think this is again another one which looking a little bit interesting, a little bit more interesting than the others. It has been messy, but the trend is up nevertheless. So pull back into here, 75,766 would get me taking a stab at this with a stop below. Let's just measure what that risk will be. Yeah, so the stop below this kind of area, which would be 300 point stop loss here, and we're looking there 300 points. Let's call it 350 point stop loss for 1,000 point gain. So 3-to-1 trade. Okay, anyway guys, that's kind of my view at the moment. It is messy in the market at the moment. Nothing really concrete at the moment on most indexes and most currency pairs, but just need to keep at it, and we'll pick up something as we go along. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.